Dang it! What happened to the audio? Everyone gets sick. You, your mom, your dad, even your pet dog. But the big question is, how do you go from having a runny nose, a sore throat, and a fever to feeling all better? Could it be magic? Even better, our bodies are equipped with a complex defense network called the immune system. This is made of many different kinds of cells, which patrol our bodies. But why do we need such a security system? Who are we defending ourselves against? You may not know it, but our bodies are always under attack. Little germs around us try to invade our bodies, and it is your immune system's job to fight them off. These are the bad guys, also known as pathogens. Their main goal is to use our resources to live happily ever after. Some lucky immune cells are phagocytic, meaning they can eat pathogens around them. A macrophage is a phagocytic cell, which can gobble up pathogens. So again, the immune system protects us against pathogens, but you probably didn't know that it has anti-cancer roles. So, what is cancer? You may know that in order for us to develop from babies to adults, our bodies need to be able to grow. But what is actually happening at the molecular level? Our cells must be able to grow and divide for our organs to stay healthy and function properly. However, this cell division is not error-proof. This means that mistakes can happen along the way. When a cell makes a mistake, that cell is said to be mutated. These cells grow faster than normal and form something called a tumor, which is just a fancy word for a clump of mutated cells. So, just to recap, cancer is mutated cells that multiply and form a tumor. The immune system targets and destroys these mutated cells before they can divide and cause cancer. Isn't that cool? So how does this work? Luckily, the mutated cells can be recognized by specialized immune cells called T cells. They bind to and send signals to the mutated cells to self-destruct. This is called apoptosis, also known as cell death. But no matter what the immune system is protecting you from, a main theme is communication. Cells must be able to communicate with one another to ensure the body is functioning normally. If there's an issue in the body, the cells talk to make a plan of action. So, how do cells communicate with one another? By talking to each other, telepathy, or using cellular messengers? Feel free to pause the video to take a guess. If you guessed messengers, then you would be right. Good job! These messengers, or chemical signals, are also known as cytokines. Cytokines are small molecules which travel between cells. There are many classes of cytokines, but we won't be talking about these. When a cell becomes infected, it releases cytokines, which reach other neighboring cells. These messengers activate the surrounding cells and eventually lead to a response. This response will usually lead to the apoptosis of the infected cell. So let's see what happens when the mutated cells are not stopped before division and the patient develops cancer. Luckily, we have developed various cancer treatments, the two most popular being chemotherapy and radiation. These two treatments have many roles, but the most important for us right now is that they cause immune cells to release cytokines. So let's look at two different cases in which this is seen. So let's say you have a cancer patient. You treat them with either chemotherapy or radiation. This treatment has an effect on the cancer cells present within the tumor. Within a cell, there is a nucleus which stores DNA, the molecule that holds our genetic information. This treatment causes DNA damage. If this damaged cell were to divide, a structure called a micronucleus can form. Within this structure is broken DNA. You can sort of think of it as a mini nucleus. This newly formed micronuclei can then be recognized by certain molecules in the cell. These molecules can tell the machinery of the cell to make and release cytokines. These cytokines will then make their way to other immune cells to continue the response. In this case, that same cancer patient will receive identical treatment. However, the cells in the tumor will respond a bit differently. The treatment causes some of the cancerous cells to perform something called autophagy, which literally means self-eating. This rather strange event recruits different kinds of immune cells to the tumor. These super cool specialized cells will work as a team to defend your body against the bad guys. But of course, it will also lead to the release of cytokines. So remember, the cells of the immune system must be able to communicate with one another if they want to coordinate an attack, like apoptosis. Without communication, the immune response wouldn't go very far. All in all, this is what makes our immune system so powerful and important. So, what is the main message to take from all this? Cancer treatment activates immune cells and encourages them to communicate using cytokines. This will activate a response against the mutated cells and will do its best to make sure that you are always the best version of you. Remember to stay healthy and thank your immune system because it plays a big part in your life, and you wouldn't be watching this awesome video right now without it. Thanks for watching.